When I tell you I'm about to make the fastest vegan mac and cheese ever known to mankind, I am. This is like my 4th day recovering from this flu. I do not feel like cooking, but what I do feel like is some mac and cheese. And I know the kids do too. These are our beans soaking for tomorrow. I'm gonna put a top on that in a minute. I had to switch out the pans. I'm about to boil some of this. I've got salted water going on over here. Got another pan right here. I'm gonna make my roux. This is my coconut oil. I'm gonna use that in lieu of butter. And then I've got my white whole wheat flour for my roux. I'm gonna come over here and pick a salt. I think probably the fine ground Himalayan pink salt. Use this, tiniest bit of this, and mustard. Yes. Parsley and pepper. So those are my seasonings. I'm gonna mix them ahead of time. I like to mix my seasonings ahead of time. The last time I made this, I didn't like it because I used avocado oil and it was just runny. I used too much oil and not enough flour. I didn't care for it. And I remade it twice, and the second time I didn't really like it so much, but I stuck with it. And the kids liked it, but I know I can do better, but I've made it with coconut oil before and it worked out just fine. So now I'm measuring everything out. I'm not one of those people that just eyeball stuff. I used to cook like that, but not anymore. There's a lot of stuff I don't eyeball, not at all. And I got that from one of my sons. He was making this curry recipe, and it's because of him that I actually started making curry. And he measured everything out, and I just found that it worked for me. I stopped over-salting stuff, and I don't know, my flavor profile became more dynamic. You can actually see what you're putting into your recipe, so I don't know, I just like pre-mixing my seasonings. Okay. All right, let me go get my coconut milk. Actually, we don't have any more coconut milk. Almond milk. Let me get my almond milk. I'm transferring everything over to my counter so that it's right next to the stove and everything is in order. The water's boiling. Oh, did I tell you I found out that if you boil your noodles on a low temperature, they won't stick together? Found that out like 3 weeks ago. Mix my seasonings. Check my temperature. I like to keep going over everything to make sure everything is in order and I don't forget stuff. Because I tend to get distracted by my thoughts sometimes. So. Okay, my water is almost ready. And this has been on low. So now I'm going to go ahead and melt my coconut oil. So once I'm done melting my coconut oil, I'm going to add my flour and make a roux. Cook that down so it doesn't taste like wheat. Then I'll add my seasoning. Then I'll add my nut milk. It's almost done melting. This is one like this. That's medium, so it's probably like a 4. So I'm about to turn it up a little bit, and I'm about to add the flour. I cannot for the life of me find my whisk. Some things did not make the move. The lemon squeezer and the whisk. All right. A little off, I'm gonna add more flour. Tiniest bit more flour. added more flour. I did the same thing that I did the last time I messed this up. And I did not put equal parts flour and equal parts fat. And that is the whole reason I messed it up the last time. I don't know what is wrong with me. I cannot say anything to my kids about being hard-headed. Look at me. Look at me. I'm going to have to make it work. Better make it work. Added even more flour. Not going to hold you. It's a little gritty right now. You got to trust the process. I'm going to see if I have any nutritional yeast. See how it's much thicker though? I'll put that down so it's not gritty like that. Found it. Yum. I actually did not care for a nutritional yeast when I first tried it. I had to get used to it. Because I didn't know what to expect. I don't know. I've never ever liked any of my haircuts ever in life the first time I got them. It took me like so long. Even the ones I ended up liking, I didn't like it. I cried every time I ever got my hair cut. And I only ever cut my hair unless I was forced to by my adopted mom or if I was depressed or having a manic episode. Like I did the last time I cut all my hair off. See, I have faith in my food this time. Last time, I did not have faith that it was going to work out. But then, see what happened was I did the same thing. I used more oil than I did flour. So my roux was really runny. And I went in my room and I Googled making roux. And that's when I found out it needed to be 50-50 measurement. So, know better, do better. At least that's what you're supposed to be doing. It's looking good though. I am determined to make this meal work. I should have just followed directions. Yeah, see, it's cooking fine. But see, now I added flour at 3 different times. And even though I only added it, see what, I added some like 30 seconds after the first time, then maybe 45 seconds. Each time I added flour, it needs a different time to cook. So I need to make sure that this is all cooked properly, or otherwise this roux is going to taste like uncooked flour. Yeah, see, it's not even gritty anymore. See, if I would have just trusted the process last time. See, if I'm going to mess up a meal, I'm at least learn something from it. Let me wipe everything down, wash a couple dishes. Okay, it's starting to smell like popcorn. I'll give it another minute, and then I'm going to add my seasoning. And at the very last minute, I'm going to add the nutritional yeast right before I add the oat milk, because this is going to get super, super thick once I add this. I learned that the hard way, too. I've learned most of my most meaningful lessons the hard way. And that's probably why I remember them. All right, let's season this roux. Nutritional yeast. Out next. Just want to note that I just turned the oven down a little bit. Excuse me, the stove. More than enough. See how it got thicker? Got the noodles boiling. Milk next. And here is our cheese sauce with no cheese. Not gonna lie, I used almost an entire whole thing of this. I have like that much in there. It's empty now. Noodles are almost done. I had to add so much more salt to this. It's crazy. But it's really good. Definitely don't taste like cheese, but it's delicious. I boiled way too many noodles, so I'm gonna make soup tomorrow with these. And then this is our finished product. put way too much flour in here. This was a horrible rush job. My daughter was so happy when she saw me baking it. Oh my gosh. What thing? Thank you for this food. It's smooth. It tastes way better than it looks. When I closed my eyes, it tasted like macaroni and cheese. Okay. Because it looked a little questionable for a second. It's got a very nutty flavor to it. Because I used nut milk, obviously. I cooked all that wheat down, honey. Because I've definitely made mac and cheese before where my roux was super gritty. I didn't cook it long enough. And, you know, I need to stop being so daggone hard-headed when it comes to these recipes. Like, girl, something in me just don't want to follow the recipe. I'm just trying to recreate the wheel. What is wrong with you? Let me go tell my kids that food is ready.
Mom! Thank you.
Get your boobies out the camera, though.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I ain't tasty. I'm about to go taste it.
I was just about to come get you. Let's see what you think.
Oh my gosh. That don't even need salt.
She put everything. She put salt on salt. That was a win. I'm so happy because that's all I wanted was some mac and cheese. Quick, non-dairy, affordable, delicious. When I tell you, when it smells nutty, that's when it's done. That's that whole wheat flour. I love it. And I love you. Thank you for spending more time with me today in Fury World. I will catch you in the next episode. Peace. You gotta try this. You want some?